Hello, YouTube! Welcome back to Rimworld and the center of the nebulous plains, which, of course, last episode is what we decided to call our settlement. If we go out to the world here, after waiting for it to generate, because you have to every time it loads up, it is called Center, with our faction being named Nebulous Plains. With, of course, our original colonists. Hey, come here. Our original colonist, Lars Mechtenberg. And our second colonist, Barfrin Skull Exket. And our hopeful third colonist, who was actually originally going to be our second colonist, Gara Trokaman Bill. She doesn't have a cool nickname yet, but I'm sure they can probably figure out something. When last we left off, we had basically got rid of the wild men that were running around trying to steal our food, and we had just done our first harvest of our crops. We still got quite a few more to harvest, though once we do, we should be good for food for quite a while. We're already going to do pretty good for Gara's food anyways. Skull is, of course, a kid, but he does have weaponry of his own now, so he can defend himself. Though I'm going to keep him on the flee mode for how he should react to enemies when he's not drafted. Mech, on the other hand, is definitely going to be fighting. That's makeshift SMG. Might not be the best weaponry, but seeing as how his only other option is a normal short bow that he made, yeah, I think he'll be just fine. And what are you currently doing? Ah, you're consuming berries. Okay. Have fun with that. So I will have you do some cleaning up, because we're going to be making you, of course not. Why would you? Alright, Skull, you do that, please. Thank you, Skull. And that's the problem with Mech here. Because he is constantly in a bad state. Thank you, Mech. Okay, no, you are going to be cooking. Because you can. That would help out immensely. There we go. And actually, let's go and have you butcher the very last human. There we are. And I do need to go and actually get started on... Oh, hey. How long... Okay, I can extend it by... Dark Visions? Has been overwhelmed with horrible visions, rambling about things only he can see. He will snap out of it and... Ah, okay. That's fine, I guess. Jeez. I didn't expect us to be able to make that much. Okay, I guess. Cool. Holy crap. We made a whole crud ton of... Suri-rimid? Whatever it's called. We made cannibal sushi. Let's just call it that. We'll just call it cannibal sushi. And I am going to make some tribal wear. Yes. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that I can make that I'm probably going to. At the very least, I'm going to make a couple of ponchos. Yeah. Relaxing sociably, that's fine. Didn't you say that you'd be out of that in like a couple of hours? I'm pretty sure you've been at that for like more than 4 hours now, and that is definitely more than a couple in my eyes. What I would really like is for Mech to stop being a dang idiot and actually go and harvest that. Sure, he has a simple meal in his inventory, but... well, we got travelers going through, and one of them is leaving their buddy way the heck behind. So that's not really that big of a surprise, seeing as how one of their leg is sucky, and they have a bad pack. Jeez. Oh, that would explain that. Okay. Yep. Okay. Alright, so Mech finally managed to convince Skull to stop being an idiot. And we got our first quest. Stash of goodies. We've intercepted messages about a collection of valuable items worth $775 not far from center. Collection consists of Rimworld medicine. And there are 2 man-hunting porcupines that we know about, but there may be an unknown threat. We do have 2 others, but these guys are just... this is just the standard stuff for a couple of the other expanded stuff for genetics and junk. If you want to do... with this mod, you basically are able to create genetic monstrosities and also genetic paragons. Basically better versions of already known animals like thrombos, muffalos, dogs, cats, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Very handy, very fun. Bit of an annoying thing, but can be handled. No. Okay. I've waited for you to harvest it for a while now. And that's not happening anymore. I'm not waiting any longer for you to go and actually, you know, cook. So, yes. You are now going to cook. No. You are not using the human shishi ramen. Is it here in the... yes. Yes. A non-distinct paste mimicking the texture of lobster, crab... oh! Oh, so it's fake crab. Gotcha. 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 Okay. Gotcha. Alright. Gotcha. Gotcha. Alright. Yep. Makes sense. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Alright, so we are close to being done. So I'm gonna have you prioritize building his gosh dang bed. Oh, so now you're finally gonna actually start harvesting all this stuff. It took me literally forcing you to do so to actually start doing that. Took you long enough. Alright, now, before I actually get too much further into everything, I think I should explain the child mechanics, because this learning bar is a new needs for kids nowadays. You'll have two things up above here that'll change, and this is what they need to do in order to fill up this bar. The higher it is, the faster their growth tier goes up. And as you can see, their growth tier actually determines how good you can actually make them. Right now, this growth tier that he's at, number 2, he has a choice, can choose one trait from 3 options. The next one, 4 options. And I think there's another one after that, which basically, the more options you get, the better. You want as many options as possible. You want as many options as possible. Trust me on that one. You're going to want as many options as possible. Oh, and we have an opportunity to do our Fair of Silicon. Well, what do we need to do? A social ritual where people release sky lanterns. Participants will assemble wooden lanterns while socializing, then release them and watch them drift away. Depending on ritual quality, participants will get between -3 and +10 mood for 6 days. Sky Lanterns Festival is beautiful or unforgettable. The Sky Lanterns might attract a group of friendly visitors. If the Sky Lantern Festival is beautiful or unforgettable, the psi focus of all participants will be recharged to full. Alrighty, well, I am just going to do that then. And we'll do it right now. Because we're gonna need a whole. We're gonna need to do it outside anyways. And I'm pretty sure we're going to need a campfire to actually do it, or at the very least, it'll be helpful for it. So, we'll do that. We'll set Skull as the owner of that bed, and I'm pretty sure he's nature running. Yes, he is. Nature running is basically the kid runs around outside your colony's main development area. It can be a bit scary. It can be a bit scary. Well, it can be a bit scary. Just straight up, it can be a bit scary because solar flare. Okay, because obviously, hang on. Let me just find one. Big animals like cougars. As you can see, they're attacking wild animals. But, obviously, if we go down here, once they run out of small ones, or if there aren't any small ones closer than your kids, they will go after your kids. You might have seen a few memes about panther targeting such and such. Yeah, it happens. Also, solar flares happen, which basically shut down all electrical devices. Now, I hate solar flares. Solar flares suck. But, where is it? Ah, don't have it. But, I actually happen to have something that will fix that. Ooh. Shishirama is gonna go and be spoiling here soon. Not good. Can I lower the temperature to try to... No. I'm pretty sure adding another one isn't going to do jack diddly. Sure as heck can try, though. Yay, nay? No. Okay. Didn't think so. Okay. Well, we're not saving that then. That sucks. Alright. Skull has been completely healed up. Good. Alrighty, well, that is slightly unfortunate that that got rotting away, but it happens. It happens, unfortunately. Ah, and now the kid is... Yes. The kid is doing work watching. Kids, obviously, kids can do work, but most of the time, unless you specifically tell them to work, they're not going to. They're going to run around and fill up their learning bar first, which I am 1000% alright with. I mean, yeah, sure, I would love for him to do some work, but I would actually more prefer him to get his learning bar up as far as possible. So, that is perfectly fine. And we have a bulk goods trader. This is a specific kind of trader that trades in, as implied, bulk goods. Basically, raw resources like, well, potatoes, steel, all sorts of stuff. I'll show you once they get up here to us. And yeah, you can see this is a trader. This is a trader. Alrighty, so what we have here is, oh, god damn it. Yeah, they got a hen and a rooster. I really want those. I really want those. Okay, so they also deal in leathers, obviously. They deal in pretty much everything. I mean, they're not exactly super crazy, but they have a wide variety of different stuff that they sell. Most of it is just this stuff. Steel, components, the big stuff. I am going to get these 2 chickens, because, of course I'm going to. I'm going to sell all of our leathers, except for our cloth. We're going to use that to make ourselves some stuff. I am going to get some components. I'm going to get as many components as I possibly can. And then the rest are going to go into steel. There we go. Alrighty. I could try to get some of these books, but honestly speaking, the only one that I'd really want to get is this hardship for the recreational multiplier gain. Basically, getting recreation. And the only other things I might want to get is maybe a couple of these dusters, but as you can see, we don't have a lot of silver to trade with. And honestly speaking, these chickens are going to be the more important one, let's say. But now, where are we going to put the chickens? Well, first we are going to make a caravan hitching spot, because that will allow us to basically hitch up the chickens over there, stop them from wandering off. So that way, yes, so that way we can go and make a fence. And this fence shall go like like so. There. Okay, fence gate. Put you over there. Fence gate. Put you down here. And then we go to miscellaneous. We go to pen marker. Put that there. And then we go over to our furniture, go down to animal sleeping spot, and we put the animal sleeping spots over here. Now, you don't have to actually put down animal sleeping spots in your pens. They can, and the animals can basically sleep wherever the hell they want, and most likely, there's a good chance that you're going to have a whole crud ton of them anyways, so you're probably not going to be able to make enough animal sleeping spots anyways, but I like doing that so that way I know where the heck all of my animals are. And you also can't forget to go and get yourself some wooden egg boxes. Alright. Where's our chickens? Prioritize. Oh. Well. You can prioritize working on the fence. Since the rooster decided to go and chill out there. No, sorry dude, but we are not going to be messing about. Sorry to say this, but we are going to be too focused on working on the fence. Okay. Because we do not want these chickens wandering off at all. I don't care if the chickens eat my crops right now. I just want to make sure that they don't try to wander off, and they will. I guarantee you that they will. The chickens will definitely try to wander off as soon as they have a chance. It's just what they do. The good news is the chickens are going to become a staple food source of ours. Not just the eggs, but also the chickens themselves. And we got a quest. And this is a standard quest that pretty much everybody's going to have. Ship to the stars. A friendly AI from your past named Charlon Whitestone has sent you a message. He reveals that he has a starship hidden on this planet and sends you its world coordinates. The starship is in deep hibernation mode. You'll have to start it up when you arrive, then defend it from raiders trying to steal it until the startup sequence completes. It will be a long, difficult series of battles. If you can get the ship off the ground, Charlon Whitestone will take you off this Rimworld to the stars. This is obviously one of the ways you can get off the planet. That is one of the ways you can get off the planet. Or, if you want, you can build your own ship. Which is actually my preferred method. I've never actually gone to the ship. Mostly because I don't really need to. Or at least don't feel a need to. And it looks like I think Skull was working on the cloth tribalware, which will be very, very handy. Do me a solid, Skull. Give Gara some food. Thank you. And apparently there's a... Ah, neato. So the traders, just like everybody else, will occasionally leave you a gift. That gift that they left was 2 bits of headgear. Bioferrite ritual mask and birdskin bowler hat. Both are neato. We also have a eclipse. Basically, the sun no longer is currently out and about, which kind of sucks, but is fine. Oh, yep. Ah, and that's another thing. I've got to turn off the automatic expansion of the home zones. Home zones are basically just telling your colonists what you consider your place. You see right here? All this is considered my home zone. I will make sure that the bridge is actually considered a home zone for no other reason, just making sure that it doesn't get destroyed by a fire. Thunderstorms tend to like to do that, obviously, make fires. Okay, I want you to work on that campfire. Then I want you to work on that pen. Never mind. Beat out the fire, would you? Work on the wooden fence gate if you'd be so kind. Let's not refuel you. But we will, as soon as we get the chickie taken back to our... There you go. Okay. We can begin this. The Fair of Silicon. Alrighty. So I didn't need a campfire. Damn it. Oh well. Alrighty, so this is the expected how long it's going to take. And this right here is what the quality factors are. Basically, how good of a quality of a festival it'll be. Because we're just starting out, we have extremely low expectations of it, which gives us a plus 50%, which is good because we only have a 30% for participation count. We have a maximum participants, or at least a maximum count of 10. I'm pretty sure you can have as many participants as you want, but this obviously caps out at 10. And it's giving us only 30% because of, well, honestly, I don't really know why it's only giving us 10. I mean, giving us 30 instead of 20. But, hey, works for me. Which gives us a complete total of 80 expected quality. It's going to last us 3 hours, and because of the 80 quality, more than likely it's going to be beautiful. It could be unforgettable, or unimpressive, or even terrible. But more than likely it's going to be beautiful. Which means it'll give us 3 development points. And obviously, because it's probably going to be beautiful, we're also going to basically have a group of friendly visitors come by, and if we had any Psycasters in our colony, their Psy focus would be fully recharged. But not really happening right now. So they, of course, grabbed some wood to make the sky lanterns. they just launched them. Now they're talking, or they're chatting, they're enjoying the festival, and... ah, damn it. It was unimpressive. Which was the one of the unlikely situations, but at least it was only... At least it was only unimpressive. Could have been worse, so... there's that at least. Rescue of Dodo. Dodo contacts you and requests help. She is wounded and unable to move. Dodo is a 43-year-old forester. She promises to join you if you rescue her. She says there's 2 men hunting French bulldogs nearby and there may be an unknown threat. I am obviously not going after her. I am sorry to have to tell you this, Dodo, but you are... I'm not even going to act like you're going to be worth it. So I'm just going to get rid of that because I definitely am not getting... I'm not going for Dodo. Sorry, Dodo. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty. And the kid has some construction skills, which means this kid is now going to be basically making the, well, he's going to be constructing stuff. Like I said, kids can make stuff, but more than likely we want them to be taking lessons. We want them to be learning. But he unfortunately rolled 2 ones that require adults doing stuff. So, unfortunate. But he's already pretty dang high. Unfortunately, he, at the age of 13 is when he grows up. That's the final growth moment, is 13. Which is a little unfortunate. Good news is, he's already pretty high. Oh, god dang it. And he, of course, developed malaria. Oh. You are kidding me with this. And kid, why are you currently running about? Why are you not resting in bed? You should not be nature running. No, I don't. Well, kid's gonna die. Kid's gonna die because he's being an idiot. He's nature running when he should be going and healing up. Well, that's unfortunate. But it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. However, I am going to make a wood-fired generator. Now, to ensure that the wood-fired generator is actually built, I'm going to allow you to go and start deconstructing this stuff. And I'm going to temporarily pause that junk. Yeah, Kid's gonna die. Yep. He chose the perfect moment to hold out until... yeah. He's gonna die. That's unfortunate. That really sucks. That's one of the bad things about... that's one of the bad things about this game, is that something like this happens to one of your good colonists, and suddenly, yeah, he's pretty much screwed. But it is what it is. There's nothing we can do. Nothing except for go to try to find as much of the wild hero root as we can, and hope to Christ that the little idiot doesn't die before we can get him patched up. Hope that the immunity gain outpaces the infection. Not that that's going to help if he keeps leaving his damn bed. You don't know. Mess. Fuck it. You're no longer allowed to leave. I will open it up to let you eat. Okay, so she has finally had her resistance broke down, so from now on, she is going to be... the recruiting will actually start. To actually get a prisoner recruited, you have to break down their resistance, which can be difficult because their mood actually plays a factor into it. Okay, so immunity is kinda slowly coming on up. Kid's sleeping, good. Do that. Grab the medicine. Take care of the kid. Good. You're feeding him. Good. Okay. And no, you are not allowed to leave. You are on permanent bed rest. I do not give a rat's patootie about your nature running. Growth moments will only happen if you actually live long enough to have said growth moments. Okay, yeah, our immunity is right on the heels of the infection. Good. And we have managed to recruit Gara. Good. So, now we will immediately go and get your patient junk set up. You will be our grower, which means Mech, you are now going to be moving your growing up to 2. And the other 2 will be more focused on growth. However, where is mining? Yes, Gara, when you are not growing plants, you will be mining. That is what you will be doing. And I just so happen to have a few things I need you to mine out. Perfect. Actually, I can just cancel this. I I can just cancel that because there is no need to go and do that. What are you doing, Dora? Ah, you are... Yes. Okay. Haul the herbal medicine back to there, if you'd be so kind. And you butcher that. Cool. Which give us a lot of stuff. Damn it, kid. Well, once the kid stops floor drawing and gets his butt back in bed, I'll heal him up again. Unfortunately, because he's doing that stupid crap. Yeah. I really wish I could tell him to stop trying to do the fricking learning crap and just stay in bed. Unfortunately, I have his bed rest as the highest priority, but because the dang thing assumes that you want him to be growing. Yeah. Finally, goddamn kid. You do realize that you won't grow if you're dead, right? You do realize that, right, kid? Oh well. There's not much I can do, unfortunately, except for hope to Christ. Hope to Christ I can get this kid to stop being dumbass. Alrighty, let us go with temperature and a over-the-wall cooler, which should lower this enough to be cool enough to keep this stuff frozen. Cargo pod weapons. More weapons. And they are just throwing knives, which... okay. I don't really need throwing knives anymore. I mean, not really all that much. But, cool, I guess. Alright. And we're back to just barely keeping right behind the infection. So if things go like they have been, the kid will die just before the immunity takes hold. Yay. Ain't that fun. Okay, as much as I enjoy letting you, cloud watch, go grab the medicine. Perfect. Once you're done adding the... there. Not exactly perfect, but it'll do. Relationship. Ah! And this is something that can happen. Basically, Rimworld tends to like making relationships even if you make a, even if you use prepared carefully and didn't allow any relationships on your personage, unless you really filled it out, which isn't entirely possible. But more than often, you're going to have this. Somebody related to your colonist come by through. This is just to add a little bit more flavor to your colony. And it's kind of neat at times. Okay, so we need a bit more steel, which thankfully she's going to get. Good. Grab that. We got unfertilized chicken eggs. Good. We can add that to the cooking. And seeing as how we're very close to getting our cooking done, I will go and do some auto cutting for pretty much everything that isn't grass. Yeah. Okay. Fall has begun. Both good and bad on that front. Should be able to get one more. Should be able to get one more harvest out before things go bad. No. You tend to the child. Don't even think about not doing that. Are things going? Yeah. Damn it, the malaria is gonna take the kid. God damn it. God damn it, the kid's gonna die. I really hate that. No, seriously, I really hate that. If the kid hadn't been an idiot and stepped up to go and play around making the floor drawings, he would have survived. It's literally right behind him. Yeah, he's gonna die. Yeah, the kid's gonna die. That's fantastic. God damn it. Well, there goes half of our fucking plans. And you know what? I'm sick and tired of waiting for you to actually build that damn thing. Yeah, no real big surprise the kid died. God damn it. And this is one of the main things that I hate about this game. Don't get me wrong, I love this game. I love this game to pieces, but I hate when it does crap like that, where it takes away any level of being able to actually solve this damn problem. Where it makes crap like this happen. You can't tell a kid, stay the hell in bed, don't freaking get out. I literally had to lock him in a room, and he still kept getting up to freaking go and draw shit on the floor and die. I'm I'm really pissed about that because the kid could have freaking gone and become a serious member of the colony. But no, because the idiot had to go and become a freaking artiste, he died. Alright, oh well. It is what it is. And we have a war merchant over here, which, alright, I'll go and see what they have. Probably nothing that I actually give a crap about, but oh well. Okay, we have 2 new quests. We have the Deserter, which will allow us to create our own psychics. In exchange, we have to go and piss off the Fallen Empire. Which, meh. I can develop psychics some other way. I am in no way, shape, or form going to be ready to take on one of the Fallen Empire's outposts anytime soon, and I'm not going to be taking in a Hussar. They need go juice in order to, well, live, and obviously we don't have go juice production. Next is this rundown lab, which ain't nothing. It's just another one of those genetic nonsense, so yeah, we'll just get rid of that. Okay, well, let us see. What do we have here? What do you want to sell us? Oh, I can sell the shivs, the heavies, the throwing shards, and in exchange, well, I would kind of like the parkas, but I don't have enough money, so we'll just take the silver. Unfortunate. Shelter for Thane. Antonia Orchisis, senator of the Eastern Republic, is requesting a favor. Her friend Aquilius Tedius is interested in learning about other cultures. She wants you to host him at center for 22 days. He's suffering from paralytic abrasia and must be kept in bed. In exchange, they offer to give us Electrias and Plasteel, or a Psychic Insanity Lance and a Recon Helmet. And I'm going to say no because neither one of these is actually useful for us right now. Yeah, sure, the helmet might be okay, but realistically speaking, we're not going to be getting into that series of fights just yet, so no. And to basically have to go and, well, keep a guy alive for any measure of time, no, that's not happening. Sorry to have to tell you this, but no, just straight up no. Alrighty. Well, we are going to begin working on our workshop. Yes, workshop. Let's get rid of the okay, there we go. Animal products. Let's get rid of the fertilized eggs from here. And let's have all the fertilized eggs. Let's toss them in here. There. Yeah, I'm sad too, Mech. That kid would have been a really, really good member of the colony. That kid would have been really good member of the colony. But, yeah, it happens. Get rid of that. Nope, cargo pods. Oh, hey, they're landing right here? Ah, it was only a club. Okay. Oh, I'm almost forgetting. I forgot to A, set up your schedule, and B, I forgot to have you go and equip a bow for defense. Okay. Gar's probably gonna wake up first, so prioritize refueling that if you'd be so kind. There we go. Keep things nice and frozen so our meals stay, well, so our meals actually stay cooled. And we got a couple of chickies. Both are female. Awesome. Excellent. So, yep. Let us go and we will chop all the trees that are here. Yeah. No sense not to. We need the wood anyways later on. And a blood moon. Something that's not really going to affect us right now, but later on, if we have any sanguines or vampires, basically, this event will basically make them go absolutely apeshit. So it's not going to make them go crazy right away, but it will make them more hungry for blood, and if they don't get it, then they'll go apeshit. So, a good idea to keep in mind to keep your stuff safe. And you know what? Since we have her, we don't need the mine. We don't need you to be a miner. So let's just have you haul shit. And make sure to get the chickie to its home. There we go. Okay. And we'll have him be focused on being a hauler. Transport pod crash. You are a baselander who has decent cooking, excellent crafting, okay animals, and good intelligence. But you are greedy, and you have an annoying voice. I could save you. Screw it, yeah. Let's go save you. Or at least try to. I'm pretty sure we're not going to make it over here before he bleeds out, but we can at least try. Are you going to make it? Oh, it's going to be close. Okay, just barely. Whew. Yeah, I know, Mech. I know. Okay. Go do whatever you need to do, Mech. All these. And we are starting to get our harvest in. Cool. I will say one of the good things about the kid not being around anymore is at least we don't have that extra mouth to feed. But that's the only good part about the kid being gone. Good news is we could bring the kid back. There's a item that is a resurrection mech serum that'll allow you to bring the kid back. Oh. You're not assigned to doctoring? Prioritize feeding him. No. You're not doing that. Really? Well, then you can just haul the medicine back then. Okay. And actually, grab that medicine too. Let's get close. Haul. There we go. Now we got 3 bits of medicine. Yep, Dodo's unfortunately screwed. Unfortunate. Sorry about that, Dodo, but it is what it is. Alrighty. Well, I think this is going to be a good place to stop the episode for now. Not a lot happened. We basically just started our chicken farm, cleared out the pen, a rather large pen, actually, which is very good. This will basically allow us to keep a maximum of 42, though honestly speaking, in my experience, you can do a little bit more than 42. Though that might also be because I do have a mod that allows the grass not to be completely consumed. It is consumed. The progress of it is basically consumed depending on how big the animal is. I mean, if the animal is big enough, yeah, sure, it'll just take out the grass. But for tiny little animals like chickens, they won't eat much more than like maybe 40-50% of it at the most, and that's if they're absolutely starving. So, we are going to leave it here. We had an unfortunate loss to the colony, Skull. We will be, of course, be looking out for a resurrection mech serum to bring the kid back, and hopefully we'll be able to do that. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, do the whole YouTube thing, and hope to see you guys again. Sayonara.